Hello, dear Conservancy friends and family. What a year it has been. While we still have not been able to gather in big groups like we have enjoyed doing since 1991, it's meant so much to me that you've stayed in touch with us and with this incredible slice of Northern Michigan. Thank you for continuing to share your stories, for providing us with important advice, for protecting your land, for volunteering your time and talents, and for giving so generously to this important mission. I'm excited, as I am every year, to update you on some of our shared accomplishments and upcoming opportunities. This has been a true time of reflection for me, not just on this past year, but on the past 30. It's hard to believe what we have accomplished together since the Conservancy was formed in 1991. What we once could only have dreamed of, you have made possible. In June, we celebrated the end of the 6-year Campaign for Generations. This massive undertaking, in response to development pressures unlike any we had ever seen before, was a resounding success. Together, we completed 88 projects in just 6 years. Thanks to you, we have 8 new nature preserves, including Embayment Lakes and Mount Minnie in Benzie County. They are open and waiting for your visit. Lower Woodcock Lake, also in Benzie County, which will soon feature even more trails and safer access to the water, while also protecting sensitive habitat, rare plants, and nesting red-shouldered hawks and barred owls. The Upper Manistee Headwaters, the Mylock Family Preserve in Kalkaska County, our second largest nature preserve. Mitchell Creek Meadows and Wintergreen Woods in Grand Traverse County. And in Antrim County, in the Chain of Lakes watershed, the Torch Lake Nature Preserve, donated to the Conservancy by Terry Malone and his family. This special preserve has incredible new trails and is quite a treat to visit. And the Torch River Ridge Nature Preserve, a Katanch family legacy. This is another one of those remarkable jewels that has a lot of personal meaning. Formerly the Weiss family homestead, the protection of this remarkable 295-acre property completes a ribbon of protection from the last piece of undeveloped shoreline on Torch River all the way to the shoreline of the North Skegamog Nature Preserve. Bill Weiss, a true conservationist, had owned that property since he was a very young man, and he knows every inch of it like the back of his hand. Bill offered a generous bargain sale to the Conservancy in order to have that beloved land protected forever. And at the very beginning of the pandemic, when we just weren't sure what was going to happen, Marty and Val Katanch, who understood exactly what was at risk, stepped in with an amazing donation to secure its protection. Those heroic acts, along with donations from over 100 other families, mean that beginning this fall, you too can hike this amazing new nature preserve. I hope to see you there. There are also 13 new parks and natural area projects, such as the Holiday Woods Natural Area and improvements to the Acme Bayside Park, the incredible Maplehurst Natural Area, and the Milton Township Beach in Antrim County, the final shoreline piece of the Railroad Point Natural Area, located next to the Charlie Care Memorial Trail Connector on Crystal Lake in Benzie County. 6 new universal access projects, including the Arcadia Marsh Boardwalk and the Overlook Trail at Arcadia Dunes in Manistee and Benzie counties, and the newest, now completed UA trail at Piatt Lake, the Bill Carles Nature Preserve. 17 farmland protection projects were completed, ensuring that our region will continue its rich agricultural heritage and allowing for young farmers to carry on this important work, which contributes to our water quality, scenic view sheds, economic vitality, and way of life. We also worked with 19 landowners to permanently protect their natural land, which includes miles of precious shoreline on our rivers, lakes, and streams. 6 new nature sanctuaries and an ecologically managed forest. I can't tell you how deeply personal gifts to these properties are. You are literally working to protect land that you might not ever step foot on due to the sensitive habitat and species they are home to. Altogether, in just 6 years, you help protect and care for 7,503 acres of land and 26 miles of shoreline. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Of course, the conclusion of the campaign doesn't mark the end of our work. Land protection is the foundation of all things we love. The land we walk on, the air we breathe, and the water which is our lifeblood. Whether you're a birder, a hiker, a kayaker, a fisherman, a child swimming or climbing a dune for the first time, or at a point in life where you just need a trail designed just for you. If you are a farmer or just enjoy our bounty of local food, it all begins with the foundation of the land. And the land is still calling, and we must keep answering. I want to share some exciting things our board has approved us to work on right now. The Kiesel Farm is one of the largest unprotected parcels in the vicinity of Torch Lake and could be forever preserved with a conservation easement. At 385 acres, the Kiesel Ridge Farm on the lake's east side is certainly significant due to its sheer size alone, but it also contains prime agricultural soils and critical view sheds of both Torch Lake and Grand Traverse Bay, all which combine to make it a top priority for land protection. The purchase of a conservation easement on this farm will support the generational transfer of farmland by making the land more affordable. It will also protect this property from the possibility of development, which could have a negative impact on Torch Lake water quality. With much of the lake frontage already developed, properties like these that provide exquisite views are the next best thing for developers and will likely be lost if left unprotected. The proposed Finch Creek Nature Sanctuary is a spectacular 56-acre parcel that safeguards critical wildlife habitat, builds on previously protected land, and is extremely important from a water quality standpoint. It features 1,400 feet of frontage on Finch Creek and 1,100 feet of frontage on Crow Creek, along with significant amounts of riparian wetlands and multiple groundwater springs that serve as headwaters of Crow Creek. Protection of this sanctuary will help safeguard water quality within the beloved Grass River Natural Area, which sits just downstream from this parcel. Important additions to the cherished Wilcox-Palmer Shaw Nature Preserve along Lake Michigan's East Bay in Antrim County could add valuable wildlife habitat, further protecting water quality and preserving scenic views. Totaling 21 acres, these properties contain northern hardwood swamp and Mesic northern forest and are across the highway from the existing preserve. 2 of the parcels contain the former Elk Rapids Sportsman's Club, which for many years was plagued by lead contamination related to years of target practice there. The properties have been cleared of lead contamination with Michigan DEQ approval. and now we must complete their protection to mark a wonderful expansion to the existing preserve. At Piatt Lake, the Bill Carles Nature Preserve, critical additions to one of the Conservancy's oldest and most beloved nature preserves would prevent future development and could play a key role in a long-held dream to create a loop trail that encircles Piatt Lake. Residential zoning allows for more than a dozen one-acre home sites on this land. Permanently protecting these properties and adding them to the existing preserve will provide crucial protection for the extremely sensitive and rare ecological features found in and around the Piatt Lake wetland complex. Protecting these properties, which are contiguous to Piatt Lake, will allow for a more complete safeguarding of a place known to be one of the most botanically diverse in all of Grand Traverse County. The Conservancy also has the opportunity to add 2 critical additions to a new nature preserve in the heart of our region's population center. The Mitchell Creek Meadows Nature Preserve, protected during the campaign for generations, thanks to the generosity of Don and Jerry Olson and several other supporters, now sits at just over 200 acres. This stunning property, once a golf course, is packed with ecological significance and passive recreational potential. We have the opportunity to protect 2 adjacent parcels that will expand essential wildlife habitat and play an important role in connecting the nature preserve to several existing trail systems. Folks, there's more great news happening there. Stay tuned for an exciting update soon. And there are at least a dozen more amazing, high-priority projects that we are working diligently on, but can't talk about yet, so stay tuned. You are not going to want to miss hearing about these unique and important properties. Together, we've seen lots of change, but one thing remains constant: our love for this beautiful region and our duty to preserve this place that provides us with so much. There's an old proverb that says, quote, "A society grows great when old men plant trees in whose shade they will never sit." Thanks to you and your foresight, the children of the future will have the opportunity to experience and fall in love with the wonders of northern Michigan. I can picture them swimming in clean water, still plentiful, skipping stones, seeing a bald eagle or a nesting loon for the very first time, touching the bark of a 100 or 200-year-old tree, one that is just a sapling today. I can almost hear the leaves rustling beneath their feet in fall and smell the forest coming to life in the spring. And I imagine that they, too, will be grateful for what you made possible for them. Whether you are a cherished donor, a talented and tireless volunteer, a visionary board member, a stalwart partner, a dedicated staff member, or a combination of these things, please know this: your legacy is an enduring one. Your support means so much to me. It is humbling and inspiring. Thank you so much for your love of the land and your desire to pass that love on to future generations.